Hi, I am making homemade pizza today, and I'm just gonna kind of walk you through how we're gonna make this. And I use some store-bought crust from Walmart. So this is the one I use. It's the thin and crispy pizza crust mix. So what you do is you take, I've already made this ahead to save some time on the video. So you go ahead and you preheat your oven to 475 degrees. You take the crust mix, you add a half a cup of hot water, and you let it, then add a little bit of olive oil over the top, and then you let it sit for about 5 minutes covered, so it has time to set. And then what we need to do is, I have my pizza stone here. I think this is a old Pampered Chef one that yep, it is Pampered Chef. I've had this for probably 20 years. It works really good for homemade pizza. If you don't have one of these, you can also use a cookie sheet too, and just kind of roll it in the direction that you want. So I'm gonna spray this so the pizza doesn't stick. So I've got the oven at 475. This has been sitting for 5 minutes. And then I'm gonna grab the crust, kind of roll it around a little bit. All right, and so then I take my cookie roller here, and I use a sleeve on this so it's easier to clean and nothing sticks to it. So this sleeve I got off Amazon. I think they were like 2 for $7 or something. I will link that for making these homemade pizza. So what we do next is we just lightly roll the dough, and this is a thin crust. So it will take up this whole pizza stone. So you just gotta kind of roll it like this. I think this homemade pizza probably costs $2 to $3 to make. I know the pizza crust is probably, I don't know, what is it usually? About less than $1 at Walmart for the packet. And then we've got the pizza sauce. I use thick cut pepperoni, and I'll show you why. I have a little trick for the pepperoni too. Okay, so see how nicely it rolled out? This is like the best store-bought dough. I used to homemake my dough, but this is so much better, this Walmart one. It rolls out really good. Okay, so this is thin crust. All right, so now I'm gonna bake it in the oven before I put anything on. And so basically I'm pre-baking it. So it's gonna go in for about 6 minutes. Then I'm gonna pull it out and we're gonna add all the toppings and then put it back in to finish baking. But I have a way that I layer this so that the pepperonis are nice and crispy. So I'll be back to show that to you as soon as this is done. Okay, so I had this in the oven for 6 minutes. So it's nice and pretty much the crust is done. So about 4 to 6 minutes. Okay, so the next thing you wanna do is take the Prego pasta sauce, and I use the one flavored with meat. This is my favorite sauce for pizza over just about all the other ones I've tried. The Prego flavored with meat. And then you basically just cover the pizza. I'd say it's about a cup of sauce. A little more. Okay, so make sure you get all the way up to the edges. Okay, so now most people put the pepperoni on next. I don't. I put the cheese on next. So mozzarella, probably about 2 cups of mozzarella. So just kind of sprinkle that throughout the whole pizza. Make sure you get up to the edges. Nobody likes a pizza that the edges are dry. All right, so we've added that. And then I add a little bit of mild cheddar to give it some color. Okay, so now the pepperonis. I use the thick cut ones. These are from Aldi's. I also have used the Walmart thick cut ones. or oops, this is peel. And I always use thick. It gives the flavor, the pizza so much more flavor. All right, and so then just line these up like this. All right, and then we're going to, when we get this done, we're gonna put this back in the oven for about 6 minutes. The topping will be done, and then I lightly broil it so that the pepperonis, on a light, not a high broil, a low broil, so that the pepperonis get that nice crispy. And that's why I put them on the top and not underneath the cheese. So I will show that to you when they come out. So back in the oven, 475, about 4 to 6 minutes, and then I'm gonna broil the top to cook the pepperonis nice and crispy. So put that back in, and then I'll show this to you when it's done. So about 20 minutes to fresh homemade pizza. Okay, we'll show it to you when we're done. Okay, so I want to show you the pepperoni is not quite done on the top, but the crust is done. So now we switch it back. Whoopsie, we turn off the timer, and we're gonna switch it to a low broil. And then I'm gonna keep the oven cracked like that so I can watch it. And then the pepperonis will eventually bubble, and then the pizza will be done. Okay, and here it is out of the oven after I low broiled the pepperoni. So this is our pizza that's done. And I call this pepperoni on top pizza, thin crust pizza. So good.